Examine each linear graph and table, determine the y-intercept, and write the y-intercept coordinate. So we need to determine the y-intercept and write the y-intercept coordinate, and write the equation in slope-intercept form. Okay, 3 things they want us to do. Find the y-intercept. Well, in order to do that, we need to find slope. It needs to be in slope-intercept form to answer this question. Okay? So, slope is, this is x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay? Slope is y2 minus y1. Important to remember this formula. I will look for it. x2 minus x1 on the test. Y2 is 2 minus 14 over 2 minus 4. That gives you 10 negative over negative 2. So your slope here is positive 5. If you look, that should be 10 up, 2 over, which makes slope of 5. Okay? So your slope is 5. Pick a point that you believe is easiest. I believe I'm going to choose 2, 2. 2, 2. Doesn't matter what point you choose, which one, it'll come out the same, guaranteed. You can try on your own. Try on your own 14, 4. See if you can come up the same equation in slope-intercept form. If you do it right, it should come out exactly the same. So we know that it's point, here's a point, and then a slope. We're going to use that point formula. Y minus y1 equals to mx times x1. Okay? So we have y minus 2 equal to m, which is 5, times x minus x1, which is 2. Y minus 2 equals to 5x minus 10. Add 2, because we want y equals, that's 0, 5x minus 8. Alright, that answered one of this last question right here. Next one is determine the y-intercept. The y-intercept is, and write it in the coordinate form. That's the y-intercept right there. Okay, so y-intercept is at, actually there are 2 things. They just want 0, negative, and 8. So you go down to negative 8, somewhere here, it should cross it down. So y-intercept. Anyways, next one. Find slope again, m equals x1, y1, that's your first point. Second point is x2, y2. Okay, so write the formula down so you don't forget. Oops, sorry, right here should be a 1. Should be an x. 2, x1. Okay, so m equals y2 is 5 minus 10 over 4 minus 3. X2 is right here, x1 is right here. Okay, gosh, you need to brush your teeth. m equals negative 5 over 1. So my slope is just negative 5. Okay? I'm going to choose, doesn't matter which one, these both look pretty easy. I'm going to choose 3, 10. 10 tends to be easy. Doesn't matter, you try 4, 5, and see, it should come out the same. Should be no difference. Okay, notice if you didn't do the math, you went down I did something wrong. 4 minus 4 minus 3 is 1. 5, yeah. Let me count. From here, 3, 10 all the way down to 5. I guess that's 5. That's over 2. Oh, they used 2 as 1. No wonder they tried to confuse me. Okay, forget it. I was checking to make sure my math was right because it's down 5 over 1. And 1, I saw 2 boxes. But here on the number, it's only an increase of 1. So down 5 over 1, negative 5 over 1, your slope is correct. Try to always double check your math before you continue to do the other part, because if you make this mistake right here, everything else will be wrong. Make sure that's right. That's what I was doing, double checking. Okay, so my slope is negative 5. So I'm going to choose 3, 10 as the point to use. So y minus y1 equals to m parentheses x minus x1. Okay, so let's remember it's x and x1, y1 here. Substitute it in. Y minus y1, which is 10, equals to negative 5 parentheses x minus x1, which is 3 right there. Okay, that's where we're getting all the numbers from here and here. You're substituting it in, you're inputting. Okay, so that distribute, and that should get you negative 5x plus 15 equals to y minus 10. Add 10, add 10. We get y equals negative 5x plus 25. Right there. And this one here. Okay, choose any 2 points. They all look, well, I like 10 and 20. 10 and 20, at least too easy. The y look hard. All of them looks pretty much the same. So, find slope here. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, M equals y2, which is negative 78, minus y1. Oh, this is a negative 38. That should change that. Be careful with it. And then the bottom one is easy. So that's x2, x1 is 20 minus 10. M equals this negative 78 plus 38 over 10. M equals negative 40 over positive 10 plus 0 out. So M equals to negative 4 over 1. So my slope is negative 4 over 1. Okay. Then I'm going to choose a point. Now I'll choose the 10 and negative 38. It's the smallest. Hopefully it's the easiest. Okay. So y minus y1 equals to, why did you brush your teeth? M equals to, go brush your teeth, please. You don't want cavities to eat your teeth. After I'm done with this, okay? I just have, I have quite a bit left. I talk too much. Okay. We'll just do, go brush your teeth and then I'll floss it. Y minus negative 38 equals to negative 4 parentheses x minus 10. From up here, remember, and then y plus 38 equals to negative 4x. Distribute a positive 40. Y minus 38 to both sides. Okay. Then y equals 4x negative plus 2. Oh, I forgot to answer the y-intercept. Y-intercept is at 0 and 25, right there. The y-intercept here is at 0, positive 2. So it's your y-intercept, remember. Okay, next one. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Boom, boom, they all look about the same to me. So M equals y2 minus y1. We already wrote the formula. Okay, y2 is right here and y1 is up there, so negative 12 minus a negative 9. That changes, remember. Okay, and then 12 minus 8 for these two right there. M then equals to negative 12 plus 9 over 4. That's M equals negative 3 over 4. Okay. So I'll choose the first one, 8 and 9 as my dot. 8 and negative 9. M equals negative 3 over 4. B equals to 8 and, not B, I'm sorry, the coordinate we choose, 8 and negative 9. So let's write the formula. Y minus y1 equals to M parentheses x minus x1. Point and slope formula, that's what we call it. X1, Y1. So Y minus a negative 9, so be careful with that, equals to negative 3 over 4, parentheses x, minus 8. Okay, that gives you Y plus 9 equals to negative 3 over 4x. 3 over 4 times 8, 2, 6 plus 6. That's it. Minus 9 minus 9. But y equals negative 3 over 4x minus 3. So your y-intercept is negative 3. So y-intercept is at 0, negative 3. Okay. Same thing. Oh, okay. Carmen estimated she'll pay $19, that's Y1, at the parking garage for 3 hours, that's X1. So you got 19. After spending 5 hours, that's X1. 25 Y2, X2, that's 5. And 2. find slope. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, we'll just keep the same color. We can do this. 25 minus 19 over 5 minus 3. So m then is 6 over 2, or m is 3 over 1, which is 3. Okay, so knowing that, I'll take 5 and 25. It's just an easier number. Okay, so this will be my x1, y1 now I must take. Here's my slope that I'm going to use. Point slope. Doesn't matter which point you choose. Y minus y1 equals to m, and this is x minus x1. Okay? So that gives you y minus 25 equals to m, which is 3 times x minus 5. So y minus 25 equals 3x minus 15. Add 25, add 25. Y equals to 3x plus 10. Okay, and they want you to determine the y-intercept. Write the y-intercept as a coordinate pair. Okay, y-intercept is at 0, 10. And explain the y-intercept, okay? Explain 0, 10. Alright, make sure if you're lost at this, you write down your x. Your x is the number of hours for parking. Number of hours. Time in hours. Okay? And then here is the total cost for parking. So at 0 hours, they charge you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 0 hours, they charge you $10. What does that mean? That means to enter that parking garage, it costs you $10 automatically. Even if you know this is a parking garage now. To enter the parking garage, it's the entrance fee. You have to pay $10, even if you pay $10 and stayed. So before the entering, you have to pay $10. Okay, that's the initial fee. Yes, you have to pay. To enter, you have to pay $10. That's what it means to enter the garage. Okay, same thing again here. Oh God, did I give you guys a lot of these problems? Anyways, 2 of each. After 2 weeks of allowance, saving is this much. So 2 weeks, $150. After 3 more weeks, went up to $150. Okay. Well, I like $150 better. Y, x2, y2. And m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay? So that gives you 150 minus 105 over x2, 3 minus 2, 45 over 1 is your slope. Slope is 45. Here I'm going to choose that one as the x must use, okay? So my slope is 45. So y minus y1 equals to m parentheses x minus x1. Important to write the formula each time. Y minus 150 equals to 45 parentheses x minus 3. Okay. Distribute 45x, distribute 135, I believe, yeah, minus y minus 150. I'm going to add 150 to get rid of it so we can get only y left. That gives you y equals 45x. Sorry for the sloppy writing. Plus 15. So the y-intercept so it's one of our answer. Is 0 and 15 means that Albert have already saved $15. Okay, review. Hey, this will help you for your test. Yay, that's just like your warm-up question. Again, I'll just cut the warm-up question that I explained. Write in a sentence of the independent variable is time in seconds, and the dependent is elevation, that means how high, height in meters. Okay? Y-intercept. The y-intercept is 0, 45, meaning that they are 45 meters high before they started sliding down. Meaning they are 45 meters high before they start going down. The rate of change. Alright, the rate of change is, so I don't have to guess. I'll just use 0.45 and I can already tell you it's down 5 over 1 just by the graph. Or, I don't know if this counts, so let's do the math. 9, 0. Okay, the slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Alrighty, so slope is 0 minus 45, and 9 minus 0. What am I doing? Oh, well. Oh, well, I'm preparing for this answer. Okay. So the rate of change is negative 45 over 9 is negative 45 over 9, and the unit rate is negative 5 over 1. X-intercept. It takes 9 seconds to get to the bottom of the hill or whatever activity they're doing. X-intercept is 90, which means it took them 9 seconds to get to the bottom. Okay? Equation of line. Okay, m is negative 5. I'm going to choose whichever 0990. Okay, point slope. Point and a slope. I minus y1 equals to m parentheses x minus x1. Okay, so we have y minus 9 equals y minus 0 equals to negative 5 parentheses x minus 9. Okay. How do you know it's correct? The y-intercept is 45, and the graph shows that the y-intercept is at 45. And the slope here the y-intercept on the graph is the same on the graph and the equation. Okay, solve. Solve this. Least common denominator 6. So multiply this by 6, multiply by 6, multiply this by 6. That becomes 2, distribute, gives you negative 8, parentheses, n plus 1 plus 5 Alrighty, let me double check because I'm half asleep. Okay, I think it's all right. You guys can correct me tomorrow, or Monday, I mean. Combine this like term together, that's, be careful here, that's a -3. Oh, I didn't keep the same variable, I'm so sorry. Let's make this n. Oh my god, I didn't even realize it. Let's make it, oh, n, not x, turn it to n. Not like an h, it's an n. Okay, cannot take away the 3, because it's not like the 4n. Look, we take away the 3, it's not like it. We can't combine, we just leave the same thing alone. So we need to take the variable out. It's 0. Okay, that's what I got. Find the x-y intercept and graph this. It's easy. Y-intercept. X is 0, so we pretend that x doesn't exist because 0 times -2 is 0. So that gives you only this problem to solve. Divide by -8. Y-intercept is at 3. 2, 4, so 3, 2, 3 right here. X-intercept. Okay, x-intercept, you don't need the y, because it's 0, -8 times 0 is 0, so your main problem is this only. Divide by -2. Okay, I'm just tired, it's late. X equals to a +12. So find 12 right there, connect the dots, you got your line.